everyone loves the picture I posted of you.
The National Safety Council has reported that there is 1.6 million car crashes caused because of texting and driving. That means that 1 out of every 4 crashes in the United States are caused because of phone use. People dying from car crashes is just a symptom of a larger issue.
Tech has become so integrated into our lives that it is affecting our interactions. According to the graph, face-to-face interaction has lowered, but social media use and other tech has become more common to use. With social media having a 256% increase, face-to-face interaction with others has slowly decreased over time. We are becoming less socially interactive due to the technology use.
Because it consumes a lot of kids' times and it distracts them a lot, and it makes them less likely to get outdoors and be more active because they're all worried about what's happening with social media.
Tech is not only affecting adults and teens, but the younger children are also being affected. The following clip is a TED Talk about Steve Jobs.
So in 2010, Steve Jobs, when he was releasing the iPad, described the iPad as a device that was extraordinary. The best browsing experience you ever had, way better than a laptop, way better than a smartphone. It's an incredible experience. Now, a couple of months later, he was approached by a journalist from the New York Times, and they had a long phone call. And at the end of the call, the journalist threw in a question that seemed like a sort of softball. He said to him, "Your kids must love the iPad." And there's an obvious answer to this, but what Jobs said really staggered the journalist. He was very surprised because he said, they haven't used it. We limit how much technology our kids use at home.
The average age for getting a new smartphone is 10.3 years old. With new technology getting introduced every year, this number is slowly decreasing over time.
Give them a phone. But already we've caught one daughter. She takes our phones and she's accessed things that we didn't even know were on our phones. She's was 5 years old, and we found her hiding and playing on our phones. And it's clearly this addictive thing. It's entertaining. It's flashy.
After reading the book The Teenage Brain by Francis E. Jensen, I learned many new things, including that if we are introduced to technology at such a young age, it creates an imprint on our brain, making us more likely to rely on our phones when we are older. But technology is not all bad. It has helped us develop and makes our lives much easier.
Never before have we had such easy access to information. We used to have these things called encyclopedias, and you had a huge collection of expensive books. And what you were looking for might or might not be in there. But now, the internet, you can just find whatever you want. But the problem is, information's so easy to find that we don't really value it anymore.
I can appreciate the access to information that students have, especially. But I also think that with that access comes access to a lot of false information. So it's really important, especially for educators and people in my position, to teach how to access technology and how to use it appropriately.
There is no denying that technology will become more integrated into our lives as time goes on. But if we limit our use now, we will be less dependent on our phones, which will benefit us in the future.